What is up, people of the internet? It is your boy RNC coming back again with another video. Today, more Project A. So today's video, we're going to be discussing, theorizing, thinking about different ideas that could impact the economy of Project A, and it's like how games may play out due to this. So there's a few things we need to discuss. Like lost round bonuses, the weapon kill rewards, the abilities, and also how the team synergy works. So without further ado, let's get right into it. First thing on the list is lost round bonus. Now that's a thing that is in CSGO. If you're on a mass loss streak, you gain more money at the end of each round. So the end of the round, set amount of money, and the more rounds you lose, so I think the max on CS is if you have 4 rounds in a row, you're getting roughly maybe double the usual money. Is this going to be a thing in Project A to possibly stop snowballing, or will they have a economy similar to this where lost round you have a bit of a way of getting back into it, or if there's another way to stop snowballing / prevent it, or will teams be able to just absolutely steamroll? If you're the better team, you get those early rounds, you crush their economy, there's no way of coming back. So that's something to be thinking about. Another thing is the weapon kill reward. This is another thing that features in CSGO. I think I'm going to make quite a few CSGO references simply because at the moment, as much as we're aware, the economy style is very similar to CSGO. So in CS, SMGs give you about $600 per kill. We're also going to talk about the economy as imagine it to be 1-to-1, like, so the amount of money you have in Project A, or like how weapons are bought, are in a similar like kind of price comparison. Right now, that's all we can go on. This is all speculation. Hopefully on March the 2nd, when there's a bigger info drop and embargoes lift, we'll be able to find out more about this. So say SMGs give you 600, rifles give you 300, the sniper in CS, the AWP, only gives you 100, and then there's also like shotguns which give you 900. Is there going to be a style like that? Is there tiers of weapons that give you different amounts of like economy depending on what it is? So will there be like a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 weapons? Like tier 3s they give you 300, tier 2s give you 600, and then tier 3s give you say 900. That's something to think about. Then also another thing is planting and defusing the bomb. Will that have an impact, because at the moment it's been talked of as an S&D round. Will planting and defusing the explosive or whatever is the other team's trying to do have an impact on economy? I think that could be interesting to throw into the mix. And then, so since then, we now get to talk about abilities. The abilities we've been said are bought at the start of each round, or that's how it seems that it's going to play out, and they are also part of the economy. Now, is there a way to upgrade these abilities? Like, I know in League of Legends there are 4 tiers to each your ability as you level them up. Do you say have ability to the chance to upgrade the abilities, or is it literally you just buy the ability and that's it? And along with that, what is the max? So say someone's ability is maybe I think we've seen that green smoke wall. Are you limited to only buying 1 of those, or is there a limit of 3, or is it unlimited impact? You could just spend a fucked amount of money and just place wall after wall after wall. Although that doesn't seem very smart for meta, that could be something to think about. Is there a limit on what abilities you can buy, or like how many of the ability you can buy? Also, is there like, when we're looking into this, are we talking about buying the ability just for that round, and the amount of uses is based on a cooldown? So say you buy your sprint ability for that round, you can use it an unlimited amount of times, but you have to wait with the cooldown. So say it's sprint for 5 seconds, press the button, sprint for 5 seconds. There's maybe a cooldown of 6 seconds, and then you can do it again. Or is that you have the sprint ability, you buy it once, and that's all you have. You can only sprint for those 5 seconds, and that's it for the round. So that's another mindset you have to be looking into, something that could be interesting to see. Going on a similar vein to abilities, we have champions. Now, this hasn't been discussed yet. I don't see any other channels discussing this or other people. But how are champions going to work? Is it going to be like Overwatch, where you can openly switch characters in games say your meta isn't working too well against their composition of champions, are you going to be able to freely switch it? Is there going to be a lock-in so you can only pick that one character? Say like in Paladins, you pick that character, you're stuck in for the rest of the game with that. Come hell or high water, your comp may not be good, but that was your fault for picking badly at the start. Or say like League of Legends where it's like that. Or this is something I haven't seen anyone discuss. Here's the third option with champions. You can buy to change your champion. So if we're looking at CSGO economy, imagine a champion's maybe worth $1,000 to $2,000 to change, and you can say buy the champion switch, which you then can change to a hero that would be more suitable for your composition. You maybe have to resell, like of course you'd have to rebuy all the abilities, you may have to, but you could keep the weapons or something. That might be a really interesting way to keep the meta fresh, because that means there's a way to spice things up. Say there's a character its abilities are really good against a weak buy. You could then say, instead of buying the weapon, you could go, hey, you know what? I'm going to switch my champion, buy the abilities, and then you're set up for that round. You've got the element of surprise because they're not aware you've changed your champion. That could be something cool. And also thinking about that price range, 1,000 to 2,000 in CS, that's not nothing. That's like a decent amount. That's like an SMG. That's like a low, that's armor and utility. So it does give a bit of a risk to reward, as you could mess up your economy for a few rounds due to a dumb champion swap. So that's something that could be seen. I really would like to see something like that. That I personally feel that'd be a really cool way to deepen the meta. But at the same time, I could see the downfalls of that as people could constantly be switching champions and you'd never know what you're facing, so abilities would be hard to predict, and depending on how the abilities work, that could be an issue. So then moving on from that, how does the economy work as a team? Are players so in CSGO, how people share money is your teammate can buy a weapon and then drop it. Is there going to be a dropping system? You'll then look at, but that's an issue, that is you can't drop utility, which would make sense here. You can't really drop a sprint, for a champion. But the other thing is, so can you drop, or is there a way, say like in Battalion, where you can give give your players, like your teammates, money? There's like a coin system in Battalion, and you can give them coins, which then can be used to buy smokes, nades, weapons. Could we see something like that, or will there be none of this? Is it all solo economy? If you don't manage your economy, that's your fault, not the team's. That's something else to figure out. And finally, utility. Now, utility hasn't been discussed. I'm not sure if it's going to feature in Project A, as the abilities seem to be more what utility is. But is that going to be at all involved in the Project A economy system? Are you going to have to be worrying about buying flashbangs, nades, armor? Armor, I think, is the main one here. I don't think we're going to see a flashbangs, utility, stuff like that. Is there going to be, say, a diffuse kit or a quick planter or something like that, which could be bought for that round or bought until you die? That could be interesting. But yeah, just a few points / bits of interest that I think people should keep an eye on as more information releases. Of course, March the 2nd, a huge info drop. I'm so excited to see that. You will see a video most likely the same day. As soon as I get home, I'm just going to be looking for this data, info, whatever's out, and just getting a ton of content ready for you guys. But with that being said, appreciate all the support recently. You guys are great. If you want to follow my Twitter, down in the description. Want to follow my Twitch, where I stream most days of the week, down in the description. And yeah, I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Peace out, toodaloo, and goodbye. Laters.